And we're live. Happy 2026 in advance, folks. Festive greetings to Romario and everyone in the chat. When this man isn't flying to Miami and Dubai and all of these things, he makes time for us on YouTube. So big him up. Follow his YouTube channel. It's in the title. How you doing, my guy?
I'm good, CJ. What a welcome. I mean, listen, we'd all rather be in Miami right now, but when the team's delivering 4 goals at home, 3 points, New Year's Eve today, I can't complain, bro. Very good. How are you? You good?
I'm good, man. Christmas been great. New Year's is going to be great. As you said, we're alive. We're breathing. My team got 3 points, against Aston Villa, which we'll get into. No issues. I got to ask you, though. What was Miami saying? What was Miami saying? What was Miami saying? Like, the streets need to know. Like,
now, people, I got a little pep talk from
what did you
Deluded.
saying? All right, well,
Huh?
go on. No, go on. So I thought I heard something. Yeah, go on. We want to know
Yeah,
what Miami
You
said.
give me a little pep talk, didn't you, before I went? And I didn't. It wasn't pressure. I like it. Pressure makes diamonds. And let's just say the boy done what he needed to do out of Miami.
Was it a
The work,
Gyokeres thing or was it Jesus?
it was more Jesus because Gyokeres isn't quite firing right now. I mean, yeah, Gyokeres he wasn't anywhere to be seen in Miami, bro.
Before I ask you, like, in depth in the game and all of those things, yeah, I want to ask, going into the game, how did you feel about it? Because obviously, with your line of work and you engaging in content just generally, every game, we've been here a couple of times in it. Every game is a must win. Arsenal lose, it's all over. We win, it's all amazing. All of those kind of things. We know what Villa have done to us. We know about Emery. We know about City obviously playing a weak and Sunderland side, and we know what we're trying to do. So, like, where was your mindset kind of going into the game, like Arsenal versus Villa?
You know what? Obviously, we played them at the start of the month, didn't we? So, and obviously, we all know it happened last minute dagger from
Mm-hmm.
Buendia. So going into the game, Siege, I was quite nervous. I'll be honest, I was nervous. I wasn't nervous because of us. I was nervous because of Emery and Unai Emery and Aston Villa. Even Ollie Watkins, like it was his birthday. I saw it was his birthday before the game. I'm like, this guy always scores against us. He's definitely scoring. He
Yep.
did score, but thankfully it didn't matter. So before the game, I was nervous because I know what Aston Villa turn up. They got Emery Martinez as well. So there's loads of narratives and they beat us at the start of the month. So I wasn't overly confident, but I did think we'd get the win. Villa played a lot of football. They were missing Matty Cash, missing Kamara, who to some fans, they might think that's not important players, but Matty Cash has been class for Villa this season. Boubacar Kamara is very, very good in that number 6. So with them 2 out, I was quietly confident, if I'm honest.
And they got Emery Martinez in goal, who is a good keeper, a bit of a shithouser, and
Yeah.
we've got egg on his face. But I'll make you right, yeah. Before I ask my questions in individuals and stuff, and I get more thoughts of you in the game, yeah. Big up Jay White. I think this comment's quite decent. What do you make of it? Big up DG. Game of 2 halves, in my opinion. First half, I think we was lucky. Watkins didn't bury those chances. Second half, we were unstoppable. For me, Jesus has a striker spot now, and Gyokeres needs to earn it back now. Park off the Jesus Gyokeres thing because we'll cover that. But in terms of a tale of 2 halves, do you make him right? And also, what did you make of the game in its totality, my boy?
Well, Siege, I think it was. I was watching. I always like to watch the highlights again the next morning, and there was Villa were getting in behind. Watkins was having chances, and Villa were probably the more stable team. I think we looked a bit nervous in the first 10 minutes of the game. I don't think we truly settled. Maybe not having Declan Rice in there didn't help. And yeah, Villa were probably the better team, but were they miles ahead? Were they getting? They weren't having shots cleared off the line and crazy stuff like that. I think they were better, but I don't think Villa were much better. Where it looked like they were going to win the game, and also I think when you're playing at home, one thing we haven't mastered in recent seasons, CJ, is we haven't mastered managing that home expectation. I always think teams like Newcastle and Sunderland almost thrive off of playing at home in front of their own crowd.
We've got to make this thing a fortress, man. Something we've never really had as a football club going back to Highbury, if I'm honest with you.
Right?
That's why I big up that, sorry to cut you, but big up the atmosphere yesterday, because I think when we play Bayern and Madrid and obviously North London derbies, like, they're on it, innit? Like, we're on it. The atmosphere is electric. Against Aston Villa, I guess that's kind of been thrown into it because of the beef, yeah. But I was just thinking, is it going to be like, what's the atmosphere saying? So I think the fans did their thing, man. But I cut you, man. Go ahead, man.
No, you're right. I'm glad you did because I was watching Turkish this morning as well, and he mentioned the Madrid and Bayern atmospheres at home, and you hit the nail on the head there. It's sort of what we complained about against PSG. The home atmosphere just wasn't hitting. So yeah, I think the players managed the expectations of the home crowd really well, because going into half time, you could sense there was nerves around the stadium. We've been here before, Siege, where, you know, Villa have beaten us at home even, or they've taken a point off us when we were leading. So I can completely understand the game of two halves, but second half, bro, like,
Electric.
was just electric's the word. It was just Odegaard. You know, people said Odegaard had
Talk to them, please.
Listen, people said he had a really good game in our last game, which I thought he did well in against Brighton at home. I thought he had a good game, but I knew there were levels to Martin Odegaard, and this
still levels.
There's still more, and I'm glad you're saying that, because I think Odegaard's a special player. I just think the injury last season sort of derailed him a bit and taken a bit of his confidence. And I think a confident Martin Odegaard is a player you need in the team. I don't know what you thought in terms of his creation yesterday and chances he was putting on a plate. Like Zubimendi's goal comes from a great pass, but it gave me like Fabregas vibes in terms of just leading from the middle, actually turning up where your team needs you, which is in the opposition boxing and in the final third. What did you make of Odegaard, bro?
I think you're bang on the money, man. I think for Odegaard, I think he was brilliant against Brighton. I think he was good yesterday. Like you said, you know the levels, though. For me, with Martin, I just need you to go on a run now. I need all of my players, but all of my attackers, full stop. I need you lot to start putting the ball in the back of the net, going through some really good purple patches individually and collectively. I need you lot to start. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I need you lot to start pulling your weight in it, because I think not just this year, but for years, our defense has kind of been the bread and butter. And when I look at it without romance, obviously prior to yesterday, I still think we're in that kind of weird Saka and Inshallah mode. Like whether Saka's going to score, engineer an own goal, he's still the only one I put my hat on. Like Eze is a non-factor in these two games, but I don't know what Eze is going to do in an Arsenal shirt. I know about his quality, though. The same rings true for Martin Odegaard, Martinelli, all of these guys. The only one that I feel, and he was superb yesterday, and we'll get onto him, was Trossard. You've been the only one that I feel has been pulling your weight. So I need you to kind of do your thing. I think the first half was weird, Romario, if I'm honest, because I disagree with your comment with the first 10 minutes. I think the first 10, we started all right. Kind of went back into our shell beyond that. And that's where I kind of come back to your opinion, where I share it in that we did look a bit nervy and was moving a bit mad. I do think when I deep it, I do think it's not the best way to go about things, but Emery, they were obviously trying to frustrate us, take the sting out of the game. They were doing more than live on the counter-attack, but live on the counter-attack. Emery knew he was going to press. They were setting up weird little traps, and to be fair, they were evading them quite quickly, and they did have some half chances that they didn't take advantage of, in which goals change games, innit? Like, had Watkins scored, it's probably a different dynamic. I don't feel we was at our sparkling best in Martinez's half, but I do think, a couple of times this season, if I'm honest, I think I saw it against Spurs, if I'm honest with you. That little weird, like 5 to 15 minutes after the second half has commenced, it's like we come out firing, we're on stuff. Now, the second half is where I think everybody knows, like, we smelt blood, we went for it. Obviously, the corner boys are back in full effect. It's lovely. Magalhaes scored. Great day at the office. And everyone's going to forget about it, Romario. But David Raya saved our bacon in that second half. It's a shame he never got the clean sheet. But, yeah, man, that's what I make of the game. And let me ask you this as well, Do you think this is a... Go on,
CJ, sorry, bro. Just quickly on that, I think you make a good point in terms of in the first half, arguably we started better, and then it was like we went in our shell, which we're guilty of doing. And you're right. And what I mean is, you know, City, when they were winning the league, and Liverpool, they would normally score 1, 2, 3 goals in the first half. We're more of a second half team. That's what it is, isn't it? I think we alive in the second half. Is that
a problem then?
I don't know if it's good or bad.
Since you mentioned that, is that a problem?
Is it a problem?
Because as you just said,
I don't think it's a problem.
Because let me put your mind back to
I think my internet's a bit shaky, you know. Is my internet calm?
I think you're calm to me, but I don't know. But because you mentioned it, and I make you right for what it's worth. I always bitch about on my channel, pardon my language, about the Manchester City game at home. I think we're brilliant in the second half. I'll always wonder, had we approached the first half as we did in the second, what kind of time it is. But I only asked you that because you made a great point, and we only need to go back to the last Premier League game against Brighton, where first half possession, the eye test, everything correlates to, we should have moved to them, mashed them up, won the game sort of thing. But we didn't put daylight between the sides. And it was an unnecessary, nervy half an hour. Added onto that, in the last few games prior to that, we're kind of accustomed to conceding last minute goals. So that's what made me ask you, like, is that a problem? Do we need to start killing teams in the first half, like what City used to do, as you said?
Yeah, you make a good point there. As we have conceded a few goals in the last 10 minutes as well. So look, for me, bruv, it's only a problem if you're not winning. And one of my boys, who's a Chelsea fan, said to me, because I was all stressed about the Everton performance, and he was like, bruv, you won. It doesn't actually matter. And I think as Arsenal fans, we can be guilty of putting too much importance on performance and the quality and the way you win rather than just winning. Yesterday was a very good win, but like you say, we are vulnerable in the second half as well as being good. But I don't think we're over vulnerable. I think we've conceded a few unlucky late goals at Sunderland, Villa. I don't think it was from poor defending. And they're all away games. So yeah, I think I don't think it's a problem. I think it's actually a benefit that you're not just a first half team and then you shrink in the second.
You raise a good question, yeah, and it's one where obviously if I won 38, like if you offer me 38 games, yeah, and I win all 38, sorry, it don't really matter about the performance. I know this isn't going to happen, but it doesn't really matter. You've won. Where obviously, if I asked you if you would take 38 performances, you don't necessarily win games. So it's like, how do we find that balance, or how do you look at it? Because at some point, you know, not that it was the case, but we've seen teams, they win games, but like Liverpool at the start of the season, you're winning games, but you're kind of getting a bit of the rub of the green. How do we find that balance? Or is it a problem? Because ideally we want the performance and the 3 points. But as much as I want the performance, and yesterday I think I had both, it kind of is just about the 3 points, because you got to put the points on the board. That's all that matters in May. When you look at the wins, draws, and losses, you're not going to be like, especially if we win the league, oh, no, that W against Wolves wasn't as good as that W here. So it's like, what is more important? Like, because people do say it's a results-driven business, and that is what wins you titles or gets people sacked.
Well, see, you summed it up there, bro. It's a results-driven business, and sort of, you know what? Even though Arteta's not delivered a trophy, part of the reason he's still in charge is because he gets results, right? Like his performances aren't always the best; they're not the sexiest of styles of play. But Mikel Arteta he all but guarantees you a certain amount of wins a year. With Mikel Arteta in charge, we've hit 19, 20 wins every year minimum, which guarantees you probably top 3. So I think as long as those results deliver silverware, we're good, bro. Like, I don't think the performance matters as much for us this year. A little bit like Tottenham when they won the Europa League and said, you know what? I was watching Mickey van der Ven's interview with Gary Neville, and Van der Ven was basically saying, they just said, listen, forget playing. We're just going to defend. We're going to win this trophy. So as long as these results bring a major trophy siege, I've said to you numerous times, Premier League or Champions League, I'm happy, bro. I don't really care how we play. What is an issue is if it's nervy, like against Wolves, where we had to rely on a fluke own goal last minute after they equalised. I think that's when it matters, Siege. Look, and Wolves have actually weirdly held Liverpool, well, lost 2-1 to Liverpool, which I think...
a better performance, and they got a point against United yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly. Yeah, 1-0 at United. So Wolves clearly against big teams are showing up. But it'll be interesting to see what you in the chat think. Like, I think it is a results-driven business, but at a club like Arsenal, those results do need to deliver silverware of some kind. So I think the people in the chat will probably agree. Like, if you're winning games, you're happy with however you play.
But then you're not, they're onto you. And I think you got, like you said, you got to find the balance in it. I do think this season I've kind of changed, my boy, in that I'm kind of just on 3 points this year, because obviously you said it there. You want the Prem, you want the champs. I do think performances in the knockout stages of the Champions League matter a bit more in the Premier League. Of course, you want to audit things. For me, though, I go with Boy's comment here. Points are more important because it's a results-driven business. But at some point, the performances have to pass the eye test. I'm with that 100%. And I think every balanced fan knows, obviously, there's 38 games. There's going to be some games you just lose games. You've had a bad day at the office. You draw when you deserve a bit more. Sometimes you win playing perfectly. Sometimes you get out of jail a bit and, you know, like, bloody hell, we can't play like that again, or we're going to be an issue. So at some point, the eye test has to correlate with the performances. But especially during this naughty period, so like the end of November, December, we're entering into January, the games are coming thick and fast, there's more injuries than we can count. I'm kind of just on winning games. Like that extends to the champs, that extends to the Prem, the League Cup, the FA Cup. Just results.
And you know,
So
it's
that's
Siege.
where I'm at.
That Brighton game, bro. When obviously Gomez scores, I think
Mm.
like the 60th minute or whatever. That was nervous. The next, like, we don't want to see that. You're right. That's the balance. Is don't give us a 4-1 against Villa and then have us biting our nails against
Mm.
Brighton, Bournemouth, and that. Like, you do need the balance. But listen, our next two games, Bournemouth and Liverpool, this is another chance to make a statement. You win those two games, everyone's going to forget how you play, bro. So you play good in those games and don't win, you're going to get called bottlers again. So
No, yeah, facts.
pick your
No one don't
poison,
really care
man. Pick
about
your
that.
poison.
Do you think this is in the league the biggest result of the season? I only asked that, yeah, because I felt I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I was saying this around Newcastle away in it, and I still think Newcastle was the turning point for me, the one game I want to big up. But I look at it, whether it's been like Sunderland who have been in a good moment prior to this game when we played Aston Villa who were in a good moment, obviously the caliber of Liverpool and City and Chelsea away because we don't travel well there. The big games, the scouts, for the ignorant fans, they want to see like a statement of things. We haven't done that. Now, I know people are not going to necessarily say that about Aston Villa, but we know what they're doing this season. We know how good their manager is. We know about their 11. Yeah, their squad was depleted, as was ours. And they came into it, 11, 12 games on the spin,
Yeah, 11.
had our number. So is that the biggest result of the season domestically?
You know what?
I'm glad it's third as well, you know.
Yeah, nah, bro. I'm glad you mentioned Newcastle because I think Newcastle was the most important. Because I think if you don't win that game, it's just long, innit? It's just long. Like if you don't win that game, we go a goal down. So it's the context of it. Marino scores, Gabriel scores. So all of a sudden the team's a bit more together because you've come back at a tough ground. That was definitely for me the most important. This game is a statement for me. It's a statement win because everyone was talking about Villa. They're the new shiny toy. Unai Emery, of course, the history with Arsenal, what we mentioned. They got the likes of Morgan Rogers playing well. Konza's there, Martinez, McGinn. They got a good team.
Littered with quality, man.
Literally, there's quality everywhere. A few players that I wouldn't mind at Arsenal, to be honest. But when you beat them 4-1, because if you win the game 1-0, you're like, okay, they got the job done. But 4-1, it's like, you see what the pundits are saying, not that their opinions the be all and end all, but you know it is, Siege. Like when you win 4-1 against third place in your first, it doesn't get bigger than that, than a statement. What would put the cherry on top of the cake is if Sunderland get a point or 3 against City. And
I can't see that happening, but I'm hoping.
Listen, I'm not writing off a Granit Xhaka rocket, bro. I'm not writing it off.
Please.
I'm not writing it off, but I don't even want to. This is what I mean, Siege. This is why I'm saying I think results are as important as performance because I don't want us to play well, get a draw. We've lost leagues in the recent seasons from drawing too much. Let's not draw. Last year, what did we draw? Like 13 games, 12 games
14.
or something? 14.
Lord knows how many were lost from how many draws were lost from winning positions. So like when we was winning and then we was pegged back. Lord knows, man. I'm trying to erase that, but you're bang on, man.
And when you say that, Siege, 14 draws, it's actually it's impressive
madness.
we come second. How have you come second with 14 draws? So this is what I mean, man. This team, no one deserves anything in life, but come on, bro. This team deserves a title, surely, man. A little something.
But that's my thing, though, man. We got to go from being good to being great. Like, I'm taking nothing away from my team, and I always try and audit in it. I know you're good, for the things we've been talking about in this 20-odd minutes. As you said, 14 draws, you're still second. That's good. And every year we see the statistics come out, all them great statistics. They reflect we're a good team, but great teams get over the line. So for us to do that, Mikel Arteta's got to be another version of himself he ain't seen before. And the same with those kind of players. There's an element that we need to start clicking and playing to our potential. And I know not everything's going to fall into place, but I don't feel we've done that in this first half of the season and we're still alive and kicking. So by that logic, we can only get better. And also you need to be able to churn out results when you've been at your worst, in which we've shown not just this year, last couple of years, we do have that, which is why I always feel, Arsenal, we're our own best friends or worst enemies. It's not that I can't talk about the threats of Aston Villa or Chelsea a few weeks ago or City. Everybody's in this. But I just feel if we just arrest ourselves, take the good and make it great, address the areas, no one can stop us. We can finally end this Premier League drought. But It's easier said than done, man. It is easier said than done. Like,
I see. I just
it,
see you there. What you just
what?
done there is what all Arsenal fans do. You go on that little roller coaster in it where you're like, "Nah, we're gonna win it. We're gonna win it." But then there's City, and then there's
It's not even.
and you,
It's just we find a way to shoot ourselves in the foot 9 times out of 10. I think collectively as a club we did that last season. Obviously, there's probably plenty of games the players did. Obviously, we didn't have the numbers that we needed, so I big up the club for what they've done this year. But we've shot ourselves in the foot in it.
Nah,
Like
you're right.
we need the only things that's going to stop us are things that we can control. In recent weeks, conceding cheap goals, getting back to clean sheets, managing periods of games, especially the last half an hour, killing teams, which Aston Villa was a step in the right direction. And I think the boys owed us that, and they owed it to themselves. So if we can be a bit more ruthless, and we're saying all of this, well, we're in December, about to be January, there's going to be twists and turns, bumps and bruises, but we're in a good fight and we should be filled with confidence, man. The only thing that really scares me is injuries. And I promise you, people, we're going to speak about all of that in a sec, man. But
you
we
know,
do need to kind of...
Siege. You see, like, it's funny. There's so many things in my head, but you see the
ahead, let us know, man.
Like shooting themselves in the foot is so spot on. And one thing I did take from yesterday, I don't think the players celebrated that win too much. I think they were sort of like, that's one back. It felt more personal to Villa than it did.
As it should. You see Gabriel Magalhaes in the tunnel, like, because he's getting at Onana and that. Gabriel Magalhaes is a shithouser, man.
I love him. I love him. What a boy. And this is what I mean, Siege. It felt more shithousery and personal than it did. Yeah, we've won a game. We're going to win the league. Do you know? And I do think we've been guilty of being overexcited after winning and maybe getting ahead of ourselves. I do
100%
guilty. I do think we've been guilty. And this is what I mean. Like the win yesterday's gassed me, but it's not. I'm not getting too excited. I'm just gonna hold it down right now. Just if we can be. What I've learned is if in March you're 5-6 points ahead, it's showtime. That's when it's like what we've just done is we've allowed that situation to be even more possible. That's what you got to do, right? Just keep winning. But I'm telling you, Siege, all of this 4-1 against Villa, if we get to March and there's a point or two in it between us and City and we got to go to the Etihad, it's all irrelevant. So I'm glad you mentioned shooting ourselves in the foot. As much as we want a Xhaka 30-yard screamer to see Pep stressed on the Sky cameras, we sort of need us to just keep winning.
That's our job.
Yeah.
I think you're bang on the money, man. And what you just said there is that obviously you can only live in the moment, innit? But I'm only interested about getting to the Marches, the Aprils, the Mays. We're still feeling this way. We're still thinking that we can do stuff. That's where I take heed of it. And I think a lot of people are disingenuous, because this must win stuff annoys me. Like I was doing a stream, big up my chat. Make sure you subscribe to Roms. It's in is YouTube.
Come on, people. Hit me up, man. Help me out, man.
Get the subs up, man. But you know what my thing is, everybody does this must win thing, So I ask people against Aston Villa, because it's a must win, I ask them, why is it a must win? We know why it's a must win, innit? Because the Prem and all of that. But I also asked, if we lose, does that mean we're out the title challenge? People said yes. So I said, by that logic, if we go and beat Aston Villa, does that mean we win the league? We've won the league without no context. Don't know what Bournemouth, Liverpool, this one, that one that we've got. Don't know if we're going to have a full fit squad or not. That means we've won the league, blanket statement. They said yes. I said, that's too naive. The league is going to fluctuate. We're going to drop points. City are going to drop points. I think this will be the most inconsistent Premier League winners yet, if I'm completely honest. But as you said, all we can do is live game by game, just do our jobs. Don't, obviously, be excited that you've won. Enjoy the night. Tomorrow, today, better yet, it's irrelevant now. Focus on Bournemouth, focus on Liverpool, and just keep boxing smartly, man, so that you're able to do exactly what we need to do. But for me, I think the best performance for me this season, Newcastle away. I think the biggest performance domestically, obviously, I would say, all things considered, would have been Aston Villa yesterday. And I don't want to count on one hand that many times. I want to ask you this as well, Obviously, we scored 4 goals. We smelt blood. Maybe we could have had a lot more, What do you put the lack of goals typically being scored? Because there's a lot of games that probably should have warranted 4s, 5s, but we haven't necessarily done that. Why do you think that is? Is it the players? Is it the players' relationships? Is it Mikel Arteta's tactics? Because I must admit, historically, I do think it's Arteta's tactics. Of recent, from Wolves to now, I think the manager's doing stuff to get you in the final third. You're not got your shooting boots on. Yesterday, he did. But where do you stand on that?
Nah, bro, I think you've summed it. I agree with what you said. Like I do think the last few games, Wolves, Everton, Brighton, I think it's been down to the players missing clear-cut chances. Bukayo Saka, like you said, you can always rely on him to get a goal or an assist, but he's only got 4 goals in the league, Siege, and I think that's
What I'm
from
saying.
15 starts. So 15 starts, 4 goals. That's not good enough, bro. Like that's not good enough. And at the end of the day, like we all love Saka. He's a star boy. He's Arsenal's sort of golden child. But ultimately, he's there to put the ball in the back of the net. The one thing that gets him out of jail is this team scores goals from everywhere. Gabriel's getting goals off of his shin. The ball's rolling down his shin. Zubimendi's bursting into the box like a number 10 from back in the day. So even Gabriel Jesus coming off the bench, he's been out for a year, comes off the bench, whips one into the corner. Trossard will know what he's doing. So for me, like, it is down to the players and the likes of Trossard. I know Trossard has turned up a lot for us this season. I was guilty of saying we should sell him.
He's turning into the new age Freddie Lundberg. I'll be real, you know.
Bro, this is what I mean. Clutch. He's very clutch. But even Trossard, I think he's got 5 league goals this season. It's not crazy. Like we haven't got a lot of
Holland has 19. Semenyo's got 9 and he's about to join City. So yeah, we need to start scoring goals, blood.
This is what I mean. Haaland on 19, absolute anomaly. But like you say, Semenyo's got 9. That's 4 more than Saka and Trossard.
Rodgers has 7, I want to think.
Yeah, Rodgers, I think he's on 7 or 8. Foden's on 8 or 9, I think. So the players in the league in these two's position are scoring. So I think it is the players. I think Arteta. What Arteta will guarantee his team, Siege, is you're going to get a chance. You might only get 1 or 2 chances.
It might not be pretty, but take it.
It might not be pretty, but you're going to get a chance. And the chances are the other team might get 1/2 chance. If they score, they score. But one thing that's interesting, Siege, I don't know how much you look into XG, but yesterday, Villa have been criticised a lot. I think they outscored their XG by like 11 goals or so because they were scoring a lot of outside the box goals. Morgan Rogers has been whipping them in. They've had a few players. I think Matty Cash scored 1. But Villa had 2.6 XG yesterday. We had 3.
Even before the game, like Aston Villa have 9 players from their last. So we was underperforming. They were overperforming. I got you covered, man.
Yeah, so you know, yeah, see, and that there you have it. So it was almost a clash, in it. Villa were scoring when they shouldn't, and we weren't scoring when we should. Listen, like we've been saying, the theme of this video, the theme of the season, if you take your chances and the points go your way, everything else is noise.
Finish your dinner.
Finish your dinner, bro. So I'm glad you got the XG stat there because I thought that was quite interesting. That Villa have been taking chances they shouldn't, and we haven't. So yeah, it's I think the players should take more responsibility than Arteta. And also, see, if you win the league and or the Champions League, the players are the one that get the money. They're the one that get the acclaim. They're the one that get the big deals. The manager is important. He is important, but ultimately the glory's with the players. So if you don't perform,
when it's bad, you get the gaffer in it. That's just the nature of the beast.
It's the game. It's the game we're in.
Exactly.
Man. It is the game.
It's a techie one, man, and I'll make you right, yeah. And this is a good segue, yeah. But before we start getting into individual players, boy, appreciate you. Big up everyone in the chat. Smash the likes. Let's get the likes and subs up, people. Romario's channel is in the title. We still don't have a certified goal scorer. It's goals by committee still. It's not a problem for this season, but it's not going to ride into following seasons. Boy, everything you said there is how I felt about that Gabriel Jesus year when all the goals were being shared out and we were scoring, and I like that. But I did think it papered in between the cracks. You've been touching on Bukayo, yeah? Where do you stand on Bukayo? Because I think yesterday he was kind of underwhelming, but I don't quite subscribe to what a lot of fans have been saying in previous weeks. I'm not even talking about necessary criticism because we need all our attackers to go. But he's generated some own goals. I don't think he's been as bad as people are suggesting. But I think he's been in line with a lot of criticism, even to the point where people are calling him greedy for not passing to Gyokeres and that.
Yeah.
But where are you at with Saka at the moment?
Look, I sort of saying, Siege, he's better than what he's playing. He
100%.
You know that. Big up the chat, by the way. Appreciate everyone who's subscribed. I see it popping up. But big yeah, Saka is it's tough because you don't. It's like City fans. Man City fans never want to criticize Foden. I mean, England fans and commentators barely want to criticize Foden, but that's a whole different discussion for another day. But Bukayo Saka, I don't know if he's greedy. And to be honest, Siege, I'm not mad at a greedy forward. Like, be greedy. But if you're going to be greedy, you've got to score. It's simple for me. It's really that simple. I think Foden can be quite greedy. I look at a lot of games when Haaland's sort of in a position to be slipped in and Foden shoots and Haaland just looks at him. But Foden scores a lot of goals and he sort of says to Haaland, like, listen, I'll shoot and I'll score. So I think Saka needs to do more. As I said, I think it's 4 goals. I'm pretty sure it's 4 goals this season. 4 goals from
let me bring
your star player isn't enough at this point in the season at December. Yeah, Siege has got the stats up here.
Yeah, for first thing is like goals win games, innit? When you're looking at things, Haaland 19, Igor Thiago of Brentford 11, Semenyo's got 9, as we said, Hugo and Wells got 8. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I think in his last 6 games, he's bagged 6. Mad thing, innit? Like, it'll be. I wonder what people are going to say for England shouts between Wells and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Richarlison has 7. I actually think, before we get into Gyokeres as well, like, he's our top goal scorer in the Prem and the Champs. I feel the same way about that as I do about Kai, because I wouldn't describe Kai Havertz as a clinical man. But last season, when he hardly played, the season before that, if it's not Bukayo, he's the next one up. For whatever reason, he's the next one putting the ball in the back of the net. So it's not the most solid of foundations. Maybe it's building your house on the sand type of thing. I don't know, but that's in all comps, innit? If we just go to the club we care about, which is obviously Arsenal Football Club, what Gyokeres has 5, Trossard's got 5. It's looking shaky. Eze, big you up. You got 4, but 3 came in the game. I'll be real. I can't remember when Saka last scored, but he's on 4. Zubi's got 3. It's a bit scary. It's a bit scary.
How are we top of the league with that? Honestly, you see Mikel Arteta, there's got to be
we're a nasty team if we win the Premier, you know.
Bro, if we win the league playing with this goal tally, and you know, it shouts out Hoops, yeah. Hoops makes a good point. Saka, he normally turns up eventually anyway. So if Saka isn't performing well now, and then he turns up from January to May, you're happy, right? You'll take it. He come back from injury last season, didn't Courtois at the Bernabeu. I mean, I'm not writing Saka off. I'm just demanding more. I think that's what we're all doing.
That's what I'm on. You're on demanding more. I'm here. I hear what people are saying about greed and he can do all of that. The best players in football are greedy. And again, I love Gabriel Jesus, not to get at him because we're going to give him his flowers. But he's not selfish enough. That's why he's not a great goal scorer beyond the obvious. And there's many of footballers like Gabriel Jesus. I think Martinelli until recently, them kind of man, they have them stats that they've never lost a game when they've scored a goal. You're not scoring that much, are you? Like Saka, I've got no energy for you. Yesterday, you was underwhelming. I do think he's getting into scapegoatism. I think DMB big you up is right. I was a bit shocked that Saka got 90. I don't want to say Brighton, but there might have been a game before that I was shocked Saka got 90.
Everton, I think it was Everton and Wolves. Wolves and Brighton, I think he played 90.
But he still made it happen slightly. And you can say he's greedy and not delivering in terms of Roms is saying something different in that I want more. To say he's not delivering, I don't agree with it because he's engineered a lot of stuff for us. Yesterday, he even got an assist. That is signs of a good player when you're playing shit by you lot's logic and making a difference. Saka's the only one that's got an air of inevitability in our front line. If I'm being completely honest.
No, that's the word, Siege. Inevitability. Because like you said, he's getting assists. He's still getting assists, right? He's still setting up goals from corners. Even against Wolves. Without him against Wolves, we probably drop points there. So I'm not on his back like start Nonny. It's gonna take me a while to
I'm not on
for I don't think I'll ever be saying start Nonny with all due respect. But Saka is the boy. But if you're going to be the boy and you're going to get 300 grand a week and you want to be the franchise player, you need to be scoring more than 4 goals by December, bro. Like, that's why people are saying, is Cole Palmer going to leave Chelsea? Because they're starting to say he's not happy with the quality around him. And Cole Palmer's not, obviously he's had injuries. What's that?
And go where? Respectfully, listen, if Cole Palmer wants to come to Arsenal, great, but go where?
If Cole Palmer left Chelsea, I think
he'd have to pick a clubs, don't get it wrong.
But you're right. Does Bayern take him? No, probably not.
But I think everybody would be interested. But when I break it down, like we're not going to get him, but if Arsenal had a chance, we'd throw it in. I know he was a Man United fan growing up. He came through City's academy.
But that's not exactly a move up, is it?
Exactly. Maybe even City bring him back. I don't know. But it's like when you actually do the maths.
That's a good point.
And I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here, but Gem Chelsea players, they got them death row contracts in it, them 7, 8, 9, 20-year deals.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure if that's.
Nah, you're right. Cole Palmer's trapped. He ain't going nowhere. But the point I was making with Cole Palmer is because he's the guy that they go to first and say, why aren't he scoring? He's stat padding with pens. Saka always gets accused. Oh, he's got like 2 open play goals. I think Cole Palmer's got 3 open play goals in the Prem this year. Which, listen, penalties are there to be missed. So I respect them for scoring. But essentially, bro, if you're the franchise player, you're the main man. It's why Haaland's on big money. It's why Salah's on big money.
It's why attackers get paid the big bucks.
Exactly. So you can't be on this big money demanding it and then not performing. It just don't work. So Saka's got some work to do. And to be fair to Noni, I was a bit harsh on him there.
We all are.
There's only so much you can do, Siege, if you score 2 goals in the Champions League and then don't start a game for the next 4. He's gone minus Crystal Palace in the cup, but he's not played in the league more than half an hour. Like, I do think Arteta could be a bit more. I don't know. It's hard to drop Saka, innit? How do you drop him? But I do have sympathy for Noni. I don't know what you think on that right.
No, I do think I have sympathy for Noni. I'd say the one I actually like Arteta's management. I think if I was the manager, people would be saying similar things about me with Bukayo. The only difference, and it's easy for me to be an armchair expert, there's been a lot of times I'm more on taking Saka off, if that makes sense. Like, not necessarily in this recent run of games. Sometimes he's stinking out the gaff. You can sub him. I understand the double-edged sword. Why? Because every player, listen, whether you're a manager or we can be even an easy example, whether you're playing Football Manager or FIFA, sometimes you know the player is stinking out that 90 minutes, but you're going to keep a man on because you know what they can bring. They can kind of bring. That's probably how Pep feels with Haaland. That's probably how, Jurgen Klopp felt with Salah. That's how we feel with Bukayo. And we have also seen that where a man is stinking out the place, he's bagged, it kind of covers stuff. So you are kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I do make you right in that obviously you're the franchise player, go and do your thing and whatnot. I've got a lot of time for Saka. And also, we got to remember that relationship, Timber and Saka, and what they do defensively. Not saying I like it, but I'm just trying to gaze into why these men play as much as they do.
That's a good point.
I mean, we've spoken about Bukayo. We've given Trossard his flowers. We've held up Odegaard. I want to move this on to Eze because I just see a comment and this is a bit irrelevant, but big up Jerome because I think this guy, maybe it's deeper than just the players, or maybe the creativity is a twofold in that. I need Arteta to do something. I need the players to fix up. What makes those goals look worse is our second highest scorer, Eze, scored 75% of his goals in one game, which is crazy. Do you think how are you feeling with Eze? Because I have seen some fans, he's been on the bench last 2 games, he's not played, he's frozen out, all of this stuff. Where are you at with Eze at the moment? If there is somewhere to be with Eze.
Yeah, it's hard to say, isn't it? Because ever since that Aston Villa game, we've not really seen him.
Exactly.
We've not really seen him. Look, Arteta's harsh. I think he's very harsh with his team selection. I sort of rate that about him, that his standards are almost through the roof. He doesn't just bring players in for sympathy like Lewis Kelly.
If it works, I got no problem still. It's when it's not working. Why aren't you playing?
If it's not working, you got to go. That's what he's done. If it's not working, you got to go. So even Lewis Kelly, Siege, like he's been a bit savage with Lewis Kelly. He said, look, Calafiori's back. He's better. I'm playing him. And Ethan Nwaneri, he's been on the bench for God knows how long. Looks like he's going out on loan. But with Eberechi Eze, we signed him for £60 million. He was the player I thought we were missing. He was someone I thought could pull something out of nowhere. Trossard, I think, stepped up because of Eze and Madueke's arrival. I think you've seen more from Trossard this season. I think he's actually gotten better, which I didn't think was possible. I do want Eze to have more of a chance, especially when I see Mikel Merino starting in midfield alongside Odegaard and Zubimendi. But I also understand why Mikel Arteta would go with a Merino because he's a bit more of a soldier. He's a bit more workman-like.
He's a bit more of a tactical tool, if I'm honest. Like I can see why he likes him, and Kai's different, but I can see why he likes him and Kai. And to a degree, Odegaard it's like chess pieces, isn't it, type of thing, rightly or wrongly. I can see why the gaffer kind of gives them man minutes. Because if it was me, you said it there, I wanted to go Zubimendi, Eze, and Odegaard. Obviously, I'm just an armchair expert, but my thinking is if there's no Rice, you're not going to play Norgard. So I'd rather you not try and replicate what you normally do without the necessarily personnel. Get them both in there. Attack's a form of defense. Let's get the job done. Now, yesterday we won. It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to see where you're at with Eze. I don't think it's anything to worry about. Like you said, he's bought for 60 odd million pounds. It's a Wanyeri that the minute couple man come back, you're going to be on the bench. You're probably going to go on loan on January, rightly or wrongly, which is sad because I wanted you to be here when we win trophies, but you need to go and get some minutes and some football and things of that ilk. I've been trying to avoid this though, man, but we've spoken about a couple of attackers. Talk to me about Gabriel Jesus and Gyokeres, and like with Bournemouth coming up. Are you starting Gabriel Jesus or Gyokeres, and just your thoughts on both in general, man?
Siege. Now, people, I don't know if people have
safe space, man. Speak your truth, my boy.
Yeah, no, I'm scared, Siege. I'm scared, mate. I'm scared because I'm lying to myself. I'm lying to myself at this point. How this isn't the Gyokeres I saw on YouTube. This isn't the same guy. This isn't the same guy. I don't know what's happened. Honestly, bro, I've got a better touch and hold up than him. And I'm a
Gibbs, isn't he? Look, big up Gibbs. He's not even here for it. He's like, here we go. But go on, my boy.
Big up Gibbs. I don't know if he's a Gyokeres stan as well, but like,
we have to talk about everything.
No, we do. And see, the trouble with Gyokeres is he's not even doing the basics right. And I've been defending him like to the hill. I've been backing him like, nah, give him time. But I can't lie. I don't want to be disingenuous in it. And Gyokeres isn't doing the basics. I'm talking controlling the ball, holding off your man, like giving the ball to this man. Just control. And these are good pitches, bro. These are nice, crisp pitches.
There's no bubble. This ain't Hackney Marshes, you know, Market Road or any of them things.
Bro, there's no excuse for your heavy touch. Like you said, if you're playing Sunday League, you're like, look, come on, bro, there's a bobble in the pitch. There's no excuse. So for me, Gabriel Jesus has to start. He has to start. It's away Bournemouth, innit? We're playing them away, right? I remember the pink kit. I know you won't forget it. Saliba scoring. Maybe
I remember last season, our performance at Bournemouth away.
Was that with did Rice score? Rice scored.
I can't even remember. I just remember the red card. So I'm sure Saliba got sent off and it went downhill from there.
It was that game.
We had some crazy games against Bournemouth. I'm sure once we had a mad 3-3 and we was all vexed at Giroud for celebrating. I might be making that up, but Bournemouth
Lucas Perez scored. Lucas Perez scored in that. I know exactly the game. But yeah, just I think to answer your question, brother, like you can't not start Gabriel Jesus. He's come off the bench, I think, first against Club Brugge. And he's played well since he's come back. Finally got his goal. He's not always selfish enough. So we might put Gabriel Jesus in and be like, oh, it's more of the same. He's still not clinical. Let's not rewrite history. Gabriel Jesus might start against Bournemouth and miss 3 clear chances. Like, this is very possible. It's not starting Jesus because he's necessarily a better finisher than Gyokeres. I think you start Jesus because, one, he's clearly got more confidence. 2, he's playing better. He's got that vavavoom, that Henri, that panache. But 3, Gyokeres needs a break, bro. You need to just. Sometimes I think you need to just
come out of the situation a bit.
Like, look at Foden, brother. I know I mentioned him already, but Foden last season, he was missing. Come back, Pep sort of hit him, and now he's firing again. A funny comment. I'm glad this person said it. SLD. Is Lucas Perez better than Gyokeres?
SLD is a class clown in the chat. Big him up, but don't take him too seriously. I asked his Lacazette. Do you know what it is with me and on Gyokeres? Yeah, I tried to tell people this. I think just by looking at him, don't expect the first touch to be pretty. I know, like, big up Jerome. He's a mod. Me and Jerome always go back and forth because he tells me, because I know how he's kind of like got a growth mindset. He tells me, oh, you can improve your first touch. You can improve anything in this world if you work on it and stuff. And I don't think that's wrong. I just think in football,
I agree.
A 27-year-old man, if your first touch is booky now, it always is going to be. I looked at him. Gyokeres is not an Arsenal striker on paper. He's quite ugly, but I keep saying this. I want it to be so ugly it's beautiful. We've got man that can do je ne sais quoi and all of that. Bro, put the ball in the back of the net. My problem for Gyokeres is, I do think, because we've broadly been talking about attackers, all of these attackers individually need to put on their big boy pants. There's probably something collectively for Arteta to address, in which I think he's doing. For Gyokeres, though, isolated to what you can control, I am kind of, and I know you need to adapt, and I think us football fans, we don't really deep how difficult it is learning to play Premier League football. He came in, he never had a pre-season, he got a bit of form, he got injured. We all know how teams set up against us, so I can give him all them luxuries. I am shocked that you're not. No, I'm not expecting you to be up to speed, but every week I need to see a bit more, and I have seen it. You know, I've seen you looked all right, Fulham away. You looked all right, Newcastle away. You've looked decent, but I just don't. I think the speed of thought is not quite there. You're not really getting into the areas as quickly as I thought. I don't think you're as aggressive as I thought. I don't think you look like that predatory instinct in front of goal that I thought.
Yeah.
Now, I do think a lot of it is the culture shock. You know, strikers, they're weird, innit? Bit of confidence. They think they're great. I just feel with Gyokeres, you're a tool right now. Like you're a tool. And what I mean by that is you work hard, you press at work hard, you chase lost causes, you almost got your leg taken off against Brighton. You do all of that stuff. And I do think Gabriel Jesus even benefited from that. You've come on against tired opposition, you've done your thing. I just feel now, if I'm saying that about you, because all I wanted was goals, the ugly goals, kind of what you did against Atletico Madrid. But bro, if I'm saying that about you, there's nothing that really separates Marino, Kai Havertz, Jesus, and him. They're all very different, but I'm talking about working hard. So we're going to have to box cleverly. So Gyokeres, I just see you as a tool. I know we scored 4 yesterday. You was the one that I wanted to grab a goal. I'm still with you. I still back you. But I need more. And I do feel sorry for him because you would think he's the only guy that struggled, the only guy that we've signed. There's that Arsenal tax. Me and you both work in the media. There's that. But I need more. Isolated to what you can control. I thought the speed of thought would be a lot better. I thought you would force the issue for yourself because the one thing that will make me, the only thing I'm clinging on to that will make me fully give up on Gyokeres is if there's a bag of clear-cut chances and you're not there or you're missing them. Think when we went out to Man United in the FA Cup and obviously Liverpool. But also, I don't see the in a good way. And these can be fixed. I don't feel I see the frustration. I don't see you just, and I know the manager could probably drop you and whatnot. I don't see you just banging off shots. Tell him, man, shut up, bro. Or people say Saka's greedy. Bro, get on to him. Saka fucking square and do whatever. You've played Sunday League. Strikers are the biggest bastards on a football pitch. They want all the glory. They want all the ball. The good thing with Gyokeres, I think a little bit of confidence, a couple of goals, and I think more than anything, just rewatch your goals. Like if someone could just sit you down at London Coley, you got here, you arrived in the box at, I don't know, 15 seconds. You need to be there in 12 seconds type of thing. And even if it don't bang for Gyokeres, I'm screaming, bro, you're the rotationary striker. Next summer, better. Try bring me Julian Alvarez or bring me something to the table, man. But
wait, see, can I share a screen here?
How do you do that? I think so.
Well, basically, I was just going to show a little...
Fresh share screen.
Yeah, I was just going to show a little bit.
I've got to do something. I think you press something and it comes up and then I bring it in.
All right, yeah. Let me see if that plays. See, you got
there. We go. William, big up yourself. Appreciate you. Happy New Year to yourself and everyone else.
You can see this, Siege, yeah?
Yeah.
Like even the touches, like, all right, you're playing against.
You're never getting that space though. Couple times he does try running behind.
Like, yeah, you're not getting. This is Champions League, by the way. You're not getting that in the Prem. I hear it. But even the touch, CG, like everything just looks a bit. Like I don't know. You're not getting.
Well, this is what I accepted. I just wanted the. I knew damn well he weren't scoring a free kick, but I just thought ugly you that wants to score goals. I'm on that. I love that. Them man can be the pretty guys. I just thought he's a savage. He's been doubted his whole life. He's on crud.
That's what I mean. But see, look at this. All right, they're playing against. It's not good opposition, but he doesn't even look like he can control the ball, bro. But everything just looks.
Yeah, but Romario, like, I don't want us to get copyrighted, so I'll go remove it.
Yeah. Get it go.
That's what I'm saying. Oh shit, I got rid of Romario. Oh, he's back. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't believe people watched that in the summer and they're looking at this now and they're shocked. Like, it's the same shit. It's not banging right now. That's why I just wanted an ugly scumbag. Like, see them goals against Atletico Madrid. That's all I want from Gyokeres. You know, obviously not all I want, but yeah, bro, put the ball in back in the net, fam. Like, because I've seen the pretty thing, but we're not even seeing that. We're not. He needs to show
this. But I'm not. He's not even like he had a chance. I think it was against Brighton, like early on when he shot and he just kicked it straight over Braggan. Like he's not even hitting the ball the same. Like only when he hits the penalty. Like I know what you're saying. What we just saw there and what we've seen at Sporting wasn't pretty, but it was a hell of a lot neater than what. Like, see, this is awful. I think it's got to be confidence because see, I know what you're saying. Like, it was never pretty. Like, we was never going to see him dribbling through defenses. You're right, that was never happening. But bro, like, everything's bad. Like. It didn't. Watkins got a chance from a bad Gyokeres touch in the first half, didn't he? I think
I was praying, thank the Lord Watkins didn't bag, because I just thought, yeah, they're gonna
That would have been a wrap.
man. He's done.
It would have been a wrap. Like, and this is what I mean, Siege. Like, that's so basic. It's so basic that you can't.
I still believe in him, though, man.
I still believe in him, which is why I'm scared of myself. How do we still believe in him after what we've seen? Is it biased?
You know what? I'm just because I just refuse to be, because do you know what? There's two things really and truly, and it's really without context. But you're a few months into a 4 or 5 year deal, so I don't know how that's gonna pan out. I think even if we were to bring in the next striker, there's a role for you, and you did everything to sign for this club, so I'm gonna back you. And
Fact.
I know I'm getting a bit all Disneyland and whatnot, or Disney Channel and whatnot, yeah, but you've reacted to adversity in your life. It didn't work at Brighton. They question marked you initially when you went to Sporting. They question marked you at Coventry. They even when you go watch interviews and all them things, they question marked you at in your homeland of Sweden, and you've responded. So yeah, I just want to stop us at the moment. I don't know what you're talking about. Man are saying stop scapegoating, but then calling Declan sideways. He didn't play yesterday. We had a segment on Saka. Sledge, we definitely didn't wake up and just start speaking about Gyokeres. Let's actually use our common sense. You know, if you don't want to hear it, you know where to go. By all means, criticize us. We've already spoke on Eze. Let's have manners. Yeah, we don't do that over here. Relax. Everybody gets a fair trial.
We're all Arsenal fans, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. You do well, you get praise. You do shaky stuff, we ask questions. And it's just not true. We've been in for 51 minutes. We've spoken about every attacker. What's man talking about? Like, I don't know.
Give your head a wobble, mate. Give your head a wobble.
Exactly. Give your head a wobble. I don't know where I'm at for Bournemouth, though, man, because I do think if Kai's fit, I'm probably at the stage, slap Kai up there. I don't know if Arteta's going to do the complicated stuff and slap Marino up there. I see logic more than I have with Gabriel Jesus starting, and he is a bit fitter now. But in his last start, he did look like someone that needs to get more gradual minutes. And a part of me does want to persist with Gyokeres, because we at the end of the day bought him in it. You might as well. And I do think whether we get out of this thing we're talking about, I think it won't surprise me if he bags against Bournemouth and then Liverpool. Easier said than done. But I just think strikers are weird like that. I just think they're weird like that. And I do agree with this, because we'll be having the same. That's the point. Like,
that's what
we're going to have the same conversations.
Like, Jesus can come in against Bournemouth and miss. And then, bro, literally, like, everyone forgets why Gyokeres is here. He's here because of Jesus and Havertz. If Jesus and Havertz, we probably don't sign Gyokeres. So it's one of them, man. I do think Gabriel Jesus deserves a run in the team. I think start him against Bournemouth, let Gyokeres have a breather, but I'm not giving up on him. I'm with you, CJ. I don't think it's a wrap yet.
Cut the track, completely off topic, but what did you make of the scenes with Emery Martinez and Emery after the game, man? They were rattled. I know if it was Arteta and an Arsenal goalie and David Raya, well, the media's having a field day with that.
Listen,
absolute field day.
You're right. I don't know what I enjoyed more, Martinez getting dragged down the tunnel or Emery flipping. Man said he waited. He didn't. He looked.
Another example, managers are liars,
They're proper. They know how to spin the media narrative, because he can just say, I waited. I didn't say how long I waited. You know what? I respect it. If you get beat 4-1 at your old club by the younger, fresher, better looking Spanish manager, like, you're going to be annoyed, bruv. Can I blame Emery? No, I can't. I would have walked down the tunnel. But Martinez, why does Martinez hate us? I actually don't get why he hates us. Arsenal fans, I thought we always wanted him to stay, to be honest. Like,
yeah, same.
It was more of a club decision to get rid of Martinez. But listen, Martinez, he's a proper S-house, isn't he? He's a proper, he gives it. If he's in your team, you love him.
See what he was doing before the game, like in the tunnel. He deserves that. Well, I don't know how to describe it, but he was basically doing the splits with the ball. We all know about the time wasting. You're a shithouser, Martinez, and you give it. I'm sure you ask him, if you give it, you got to be able to take it in. It's a bit like, what's that that we used to hate at Brighton, man? The French striker, we used to hate him. You've got to hold that.
Yeah.
I think that was a beautiful sight. Beautiful sight, Martinez. Emery, I understand it. I get it. You're a professional. Your head's on Mars. I do think you should always shake hands. I'm sure you linked up with Arteta after that little moment. You had, some great wine and whatnot. So I'm not, my thing isn't even with Martinez and Emery. I just don't want to be that guy. But I know if Arteta did that and Raya did that, bro, it's still probably being spoken about on Sky Sports at this very moment, bro.
Yeah, no, you're right. If Arteta didn't shake hands, oh my goodness, they'd be asking him if he needs to speak to someone.
He's going to jail, man.
Facts, but also, see, like we always say, the media narrative, big club, big story. It's different. Emery walking down the tunnel He ain't doing the same weight as if Emery or Arteta. So we know the game. We know what's going on. But yeah, I thought it's sort of it's very Unai Emery to do that. He's an emotional guy, isn't he? He's emotional. So I weren't surprised, bro.
It's absolutely mad, man. Big up
Big up
yourself,
DJ
DJ.
Ash, man, my guy. Big up Ash.
Come on, big up yourself. Big up everyone in the chat. I wanted to ask you a few more things before I let you go. Yeah,
Talk to me.
We've indirectly gone over it. Yeah, but what does Gabriel Magalhaes returning mean for you and our football club?
What a question. I mean, what a picture. I mean, what a player. What?
Because I don't know. Like, I've just said everything in it. I don't know what I can say. I can't talk up Magalhaes enough in both boxes and everything else. So I thought I'd ask you.
Yeah, Siege. I mean, I think he's flipping. He's right up there, isn't it? This man, he needs a title. He needs that Premier League title. I don't even want to start talking, man, but it puts him right up there with some of the best defenders we've ever had. And if he wins, and when he wins the Premier League title with Arsenal, you got to talk about, is he our best ever centre back? I mean, I think he's done.
Tony Adams, but he's up there.
Yeah,
of the Emirates there, arguably him and Saliba great.
But you got to talk about it. You got to. Do you know why you got to talk about it? Because all right, Tony Adams, you ain't got to explain. But you see what Gabriel brings this team is. You got to remember, Tony Adams was in a team that was used to winning. Gabriel came when we were bad, very bad.
He used to be media. I was in the trenches with this guy.
There's
very few players that sum up our trajectory under Arteta than Magalhaes. I dare anyone to find someone. When we brought Magalhaes to where we are now, it shows Arteta's development.
Literally, like, and you said it there. He's had shaky periods where people were saying he has a bozo gene. I know you remember that, where I think he got sent off against City or give away a penalty at the Emirates, and Rodri went on to score a winner. So Gabriel, like you said, he epitomizes this Arteta era. That's the reason why I give him such sort of status in the history, because, bro, we've not won the league for 22 years tomorrow. Like, I'm 27, bro. That's my whole life. Like, I've never really seen us win a major trophy. That's sort of maybe why it would mean more, because I haven't really felt it before. And like you say, Tony Adams, he's done great, but I think Gabriel's the leader of this generation.
He's the big bro in that backline.
He's the guy. He is the Tony Adams, if you want to say, in this team. So he's so good, bro. He's so good. I think in the last 18 months, he's overtaken Saliba as our best centre back. I think Saliba's a better footballer in terms of technical ability, eye test, but in terms of performance,
we miss him more than Saliba. Big up Saliba, though.
Easily. Big up Saliba. Love William Saliba. Turned down Real Madrid to stay. What a boy. But Gabriel, in terms of, like you said, performance, importance to the team, who do you notice when they're gone? Gabriel's the guy. And I just want to say, I've seen a few fans be sort of harsh on Hincapié. Give this boy time. If
he's 23, Gabriel, man. Where was this man at 23?
This is what I'm saying. Gabriel's 28 now. Most centre-backs peak in the age 27 to 31, 32. Most of the best centre-backs are senior, experienced players. Hincapié reminds me a lot of Gabriel. Obviously, both South American, very aggressive, quite rash.
I do think it's a left-back thing from Hincapié right now, though. I don't think he scared me a bit at centre-half, but you're my guy.
I get that. No, I get that. But Tuesday slipped over at left-back, did he, when Odegaard played
the way the controller died, Hincapié kills me. I think in his mind, he thought he scored. He saw his name in lights before the actual transition. And when he dropped, I was like, what the hell?
But he means so well. But he reminds me a lot of Gabriel, Siege, of that innocence. He means so well. And Gabriel used to mean so well when he came. I remember when I think, was it a penalty giveaway against Man City?
I'm sure he's done a lot of things, man. It's cool to rate Magalhaes now, yeah. And one thing I like about Magalhaes is I've been wrong about a lot of things on YouTube. I've been saying there's videos out there where I've been saying he's overrated. I think there's actually a video when I remember when Arsenal fans were saying Pablo Mari's better than him. I said, where's this man? All of these things. And now we can see it. It's cool to rate Magalhaes now. Before the turkey hairline, before the Turkish teeth, before all of that, where were you lot? You lot need to hand in apologies, bro. I love this guy, Warrior. Big up Saliba. I love both of you, man. You're both my sons, man.
Nah, facts. I've always rated Gabriel. I always thought him and Saliba was the centre-back pair. And I don't know if you remember, but didn't Arteta, when Timber come in, start Saliba and Ben White at centre-back and had Timber at right-back? Or have I got that right? I'm pretty sure a season or two ago at the start. I'll try find it, Siege. But there was...
when Gabriel was allegedly linked with Saudi clubs and there was rumors his head might have been turned. We'll never know the truth of that. But yeah.
I want to say 23, 24. I don't think Gabriel started the first 2 or 3 games of the season.
I can't remember the year, but you're right. There was that little period.
There was a moment when, and so, like, there's been points where there's been a possibility he leaves, and I think he was probably wanting to stay. So, and even when you hear Saliba saying one of the reasons he signed a new deal was he spoke to Gabriel and Arteta. Like, so Saliba clearly looks up to him. They both speak French. Listen, it's just Gabriel. What a player. What a player.
Absolute player. And as Els is saying here, Big Gabby, my favorite player. I love his attitude and mental strength. And I don't know what it is, but I love when all Arsenal players score. But there's just something with Magalhaes scoring. Obviously, yesterday was romantic. He's come back from injury with missed scoring from set pieces. He's bagged against the villains. He's a shithouser. We saw the reference to Onana. But normally, whenever he scores, there's something different. Like one of the best celebrations or best goals, or I don't know about that euphoria of scoring a goal. Last season, North London. There's something. I don't know what it is with Magalhaes. The man's just he's a warrior, man. Like, big up Saliba as well. It's like having fire and water. Like, they just complement each other very well, man. And the fact that they can speak English, they can speak French, they're both 30. Some man ain't even got one good centre back. We've got a million. Even our fullbacks can play as centre halves, man. I got to ask you this as well. Where is it, man? Because we've skipped over it. We've gone over Odegaard. I won't ask you that again. There we go. Because we do need to remember Declan Rice apparently was, he's injured his knee. Does it make you nervous? Talk to me, man.
I mean, what's this? Oh, no. I've not even seen this yet,
Knee injury. I don't know how long he's out for. They say short term, but we have done that short term stuff and then we don't see people for a while. I know Declan Rice will probably be pushing, but that's what makes me scared because Declan Rice is a warrior. He's one of them. If he's not there and he's not able to play, like, I'm actually a bit shook. Like, this is the one injury I didn't think we could afford to have in it. I don't want to do doom and gloom, but...
No, I think me and you have said previously, this is the player we like. I think we both called for a new midfield signing because you can't sort of directly replace Declan Rice. But look, I think he'll be back soon. Rice is one of them weird players. I think it would take a leg break or an ACL to keep him out for a long period of time. I think Rice will be back. I'm trying not to panic, but I'll tell you this. If he's not back within the next 3-4 weeks, especially with that semi-final with Chelsea coming up.
Bro, if you're not back next week, even I'm shook about Bournemouth, but if you're not back for Liverpool, bro, I'm nervous.
I'm trying not to panic, Siege. Don't make me panic, bro.
I'm trying not to panic, but I don't know.
No, you're right. We need him back. Listen, I want Rice to play every game, but if we're gonna win the major, Siege, you have to get by without everyone. There's probably been times United didn't have Rooney or Ronaldo or Neville or Ferdinand, Chelsea, Terry Lampard. Like Chelsea won the Champions League final with half a squad. Like we have to be able to get by without all your best players sometimes. So for me, it's a test. This is what I was saying to you about the finishing. Show why you're the champions. Don't win the league because everyone else wasn't at the best. Show everyone why you're the best. If Declan's not there, then show why you should be playing instead of Declan. That is my sort of thought process. But like you said, I don't think Mikel Merino is that guy. Emery and Eze, I don't think Mikel Arteta is that guy. So it looks like we're going to be getting used to more Merino ball in midfield, Siege, to be honest, bro.
It is, well, it is, man. And we have been coping with injuries. We're going to need to soldier it. We're going to need to box cleverly. It's nice to see Kai and Ben White fit. We're actually going to have to manage Magalhaes. Obviously, I think it was lost in the noise around Declan Rice going into the Villa game, but Timber saved our bacon because there's a reality where Magalhaes is having to play with God knows because Calafiori's not there. I don't know what we do at left back beyond the obvious options. I don't even know who was going to play right back. Like you said, Marino's going to play centre half. These are the only, if we can control these things, then we have a great chance, man. We have an absolute great chance, but I'm getting nervous. What do you make of this question? Surely Villa is a tougher game than Liverpool.
Yeah, it is. It's Liverpool without Mo Salah.
But then the psychological factors of playing Liverpool, like with these men fighting, I don't know, does that play a part?
Nah, but
on paper, the form, 1,000,000% Villa's more difficult than Liverpool at the moment. I don't
Nah,
know.
see, you make a good point. Psychologically as well, there's not really pressure on Liverpool. They're really just turning up to spoil our party.
Exactly.
So I think you're right in terms of, is it on paper? Obviously, it's an easier game because of form, but yeah, reality is Liverpool are a side that can't ever be not taken seriously. But I think we should be beating them, bro. Like, and convincingly, not 4-0, maybe 3-1. I think it's a chance, Siege. It's another chance to just show, like, yeah, you won the league last year, but this year it's us. Go make a statement. That's what I'm on this year, Siege. I need these players to show why we should win the league. Like, I want us to look back and be like, oh, remember that game? The 23-24 season, I know you won't forget when we beat Sheffield United 6-0. I think we beat West Ham 6-0 or 6-1.
Up and down the country, just clearing people's fans out their stadium.
Just clearing them out, just making everyone sad. Declan Rice is banging them in. Havertz. That's what I want. I want us to win the league with memorable results. And Villa's a memorable result yesterday. Let's make Liverpool another one, man. At the Emirates.
I hear you
No
on that.
excuse.
But I'm at the point, bro. I just want the league, man. Respectfully, man, have beat Bayern, Madrid, beat Liverpool, City 5-1. We've done bare things in it. And it's not that I make you right, but it's not that I don't want that. But I've got memories in it. You make memories, just run me my league. By hook or by crook, just run me that title. Run me some trophies. You lot deserve it. The players deserve it. And I don't want to be that guy, but genuinely, if we don't win a major, I don't know where we go from there. Them conversations will have to take place. I worry psychologically for the players. They're going to have to get themselves back up, but it can't be. If we don't win the league this year, we never will. I said that last year, I said the year before, and I said the year before that. And no doubt next year, I will probably be sat here a year from now. I might say the same thing, but that's genuinely how I feel. We've given Trossard his flowers. I can't let you. The last thing, Zubimendi, talk to me.
Listen,
I need Zubimendi to get his flowers as well.
Zubimendi, I mean, let me be honest here. I've always been a big fan of Zubimendi, yeah. And when we signed him, I thought, we're serious. I thought, this is the sort of signing that can go under the radar. But I think people value the number 6 even more now. The fact Zubimendi burst into the box to finish with ease, that was Cesc Fabregas, that finish, to be honest.
You did say that earlier.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think there's so much more to his game. I think him and Declan Rice, there's a higher level. I think those two can really interchange. I think Zubimendi can do a lot closer to the box. We saw him pre-season, start of the season. Who did he score that volley? I think he scored a volley against Forest. West Ham or Forest at the start.
Came off the bench for an injured Odegaard, I'm sure. Or it could have been Forest. I can't remember. But yeah, he scored quite a few goals.
It was at home and he scored a nice slice volley. Like, he can cause danger in them areas. So, bro, listen, big up Zubimendi. He's a player that can probably frustrate fans that don't like the art of football in terms of, or the tactics of football, the mechanics in terms of, you give it to him, I give it to him, then that's going to open that space. Give it back to me. Now he's even more free than before. So Zubimendi does things that can be considered quite boring, but it's actually very important to controlling the team. So yeah, listen, I don't know what you're saying on Zubimendi.
I think he's Monteproski. I call him Zubimendinho. I think he's better than Thomas Partey. I think he's cold. I think everything. I think he's cold. I think the only thing Partey had over him is physicality. And even that, I think that's overrated. Like, when last did you see a physical Thomas Partey? Probably the first year him and Granit Xhaka played, or his first year in 2020. You ain't seen that in the last 2-3 odd years. I just need him to go and back that. I do think, a bit like what we've been talking about, like with Gyokeres, I do think he's got a bit of a culture shock. Like, he's learning, because they must be told about the Prem. They watch the Prem, but I genuinely think the Premier League, when you're in it and immersed in it, it's a madness. I think I have thought for a while, some of Zubimendi's poorer games have come when we've kind of been underwhelming, but I do think he suffered when it's them end-to-end kind of typical Premier League games. When it's the chess matches, when it's the chess matches, like in the Champions League, that's him in his bag. And big up Kenny Ken. Kenny Ken said he reckons we bought Zubimendi for the Champions League. I don't quite believe that, but I think I do believe that, because I can see the logic with it. I think he can only get better and better. But I'm with what you said just before we got into that, in that I think we need another midfielder, man. If we could have Rice, Zubimendi, another engine man.
Is there any names you can think of off the top of your head?
Not a clue, bro. Honestly, not a clue. Because the ones I would even flirt about, it's It has to be a summer thing. I genuinely think we need another midfielder and we need a versatile Timber Tomiyasu defender. Whether they're younger players, whether they're, stop gaps, whether it's loans, I think we need to be in the market. I don't think we will sign anyone in January, but I don't know because.
Can I put two names to you that I think
bring
that answer that?
We got
question
Garner from Everton in the chat. Say a name.
Garner, you know what? See, I'm not mad at that because he'd come in and be happy with playing here and there.
I don't know about that one, man. Go find me a Bruno Gomares type of guy, man.
Yeah, all right. I'll give you something better than James Garner. Big up Garner though. If you're
big him up.
But I would put in a cheeky offer for Kobbie Mainoo. Now, Mainoo isn't legs. He's not a
That's
legs
what I'm saying.
man.
So,
but
you're not buying the right thing then. Obviously, quality,
no.
but we're not addressing the right area.
The thing, do you see why I think you sign him? Yeah, I think what you don't get in the legs, I think you get in control. I think under Arteta, Kobbie Mainoo, because you look at him and
Zubimendi be terrorized in tough games, though. I can't lie, man.
Potentially, and
he had a way, we'd be in trouble.
I'm trying to choose a better example than when
I'm having Kobbie Mainoo though.
Yeah, what I'm basically saying is there's been many midfields in the past that have excelled without having physical legs necessarily.
True, very true.
But they're elite. They're Kroos, Modric, and Casemiro. They're Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta. That's not physically. That neither of those are scary. Like there's not mad power over it, but the quality sort of supersedes the power, if you know what I mean. That's the only reason I get Mainoo, because I can't think of anyone else who comes in that would be happy to do a bit part role that improves us, if you know what I mean. It's a hard player to sign, bro, because you need someone who's happy to not play every game, but is good enough to play when they come in.
Get ready for Kai Havertz in the middle of the park.
Yeah, see, that needs to
and
stop.
I'm on it. It's a needs musting. I don't.
You're
like
not
it.
on that, Siege. Don't lie.
I'm not. But if Marino's there, bro, Kai can do it. If it's a needs musting,
yeah, you're not wrong.
Get me over the line, innit? I don't
Adam
want
Wharton,
it.
Adam Wharton
would be lovely, but them man there, it's 100 million.
Yeah, he's the player you signed to start. He's not coming in to rotate. He's not better than what we've got, but he's too good to just be doing that bench. Adam Wharton's
imagine him and Rice together though, or Zubimendi and Wharton and either an Eze or an Odegaard and an Eze in certain game. It'd be lovely. It'd be lovely for what it's worth.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. If he came, I'd be happy.
But we're dreaming, man.
Oh, last name defender, Jeremy Jacquet.
Bring that as well. Why does StreamYard keep doing that? Bring him. Bring everyone. Do you know what? Who I would have loved us to sign? It would have been Lavia when he was at Southampton. Yeah. Hindsight, that weren't the thing because you can't stay fit. Maybe if he was here, that wouldn't have happened. Arsenal tax probably not. I don't know, man.
Lavia's the one. Lavia, that sort of player. Yeah.
But that was the younger party. Because that summer, I remember it vividly. I thought we was getting two midfielders. I thought Rice is coming in, Lavia's coming in. I saw the Kai news. I was like, okay. And then in hindsight, obviously, it was probably Rice and Havertz. That was the initial plan. It didn't bang, but it is what it is. My last question then. I'm going with 2-0 against Bournemouth. What are you going with, my boy?
2-0 away. Bournemouth. It's not easy, and they've not won in like 6 games or something, bro. So they're just due to win a game, but it's not going to be against us. I'm going... I hate predictions, bro. I hate them.
So do I.
You know what? It's going to be nervy, lads. So buckle up. I'm going 2-1 Arsenal. We'll get the win, but it ain't going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty.
Whether it's 2-0, like I said, 2-1, like you said, 3-0, like we got here, and 3-1. You know, the great thing is I'll take all of them scorelines because it means my teams bag them 3 points. We then focus on Liverpool and keep it moving. It's gonna be a mad January, innit? We've got, just in no order, whether you rate the teams or not, we've got Liverpool, Man United, Inter Milan, Chelsea, this one, that one. But this is what we wanted, to be in games of this ilk, man. But we end 2025 with a win. Hopefully 2026 is better, man. Roms, this has been fantastic. My mods have consistently been posting your platform. It is in the title, but it's always good to hear from the main man himself. Where can people find you, my boy?
Firstly, big up the mods, big up Ash in the chat, Rob, CJ, you know Rob, man. What a boy.
Yeah, Rob's a legend, man.
Proper guy. Big up, Rob. Yeah, people, come over to my channel. yeah, you can find me there, Romario Webster, on Instagram, on Twitter. Barely use Twitter, to be honest, but Instagram and YouTube's where you find me. And yeah, talk sport occasionally, not as much as this man on my
Mate, you've been on Talksport more times than I can count, bro. This guy's interviewing them boxers and going Miami and these things. They only got me on the Goal Show, people. All this talented duties on the Goal Show. I should be a reporter and these things. I'll be telling him, get bro, pattern it. He's not patterning people. He's scared.
Listen, the Talksport takeover with me and Siege is coming. But yeah, we're both at Talksport as well. Siege does a lot of good things there. I mainly work on the boxing. So yeah, look out for me, people. But yeah, Siege, I just want to say thank you for getting me on. You're always welcome, man. Always watch as well. So it's always weird being on the show. But yeah, thank you for having me, bro.
No, man, you're always welcome. Thank you for doing this, man. And obviously, people, hope you've had a great festive period. Obviously, I hope 2025 has been great, and we're wishing you a great 2026. Head over to Rom's channel, go subscribe to him. Big up you lot. And on that note, Roms, everyone stay safe, stay blessed. We're gone. Safe.
Love.
Always